You criticized Obama
Yes.
on a number of occasions.
Yes.
Now I'll be honest. As someone who grew up in in the U.S., I remember watching the old Chris Rock stand-up specials where he said there's never going to be a black president.
I remember that.
There's never even going to be a black vice president because the first thing that'll happen is some black guy is going to kill the president, be a hero in prison because the vice president will then become the president. I was honestly surprised that in my lifetime there was a black president and a two-term black president as that. And the one thing that I can say, and this is my own personal opinion, as I go through life and as I build my business and I do different types of things, the first thing I usually look for is what's the role model? Who's already doing what I want to do? How are they doing it? And let me somewhat emulate what they're doing and use them as a blueprint to where I want to go. And I don't think you could deny that having a black president is inspirational for black kids all around the world, not just America, to say, wow, someone who looks like us can have the highest job in the land, if not the world, when at one point we weren't even considered humans. People didn't even think we could read. We were bred like cattle, in terms to try to create the biggest slaves and so forth. To go from that to actually say, here's someone who actually did a job and even got reelected. You can't say that's not a role model.
I would say he's not a role model. A role model is someone whom you would like other African-American boys to aspire to be. When you look at President Barack Obama's political behavior in the White House towards African-Americans, I cannot in good conscience want any African-American boy to emulate the neglect that their president has shown for African-Americans. In fact, when you look at the black reality, each index of black progress has actually regressed since Obama has been in the White House. Dropout is higher, unemployment is worse, incarceration is higher, police brutality has almost went back to the days of Reconstruction pre-Jim Crow. Mind you, he's done nothing about it. Okay, now I understand the argument. He's president for the United States of America. He's not just president of Black America. I understand. But here's the issue with that, Black. America is not a amalgamation of different ethnicities. America is a solid bowl. Okay. And in a solid bowl, you still have every vegetable maintaining its own uniqueness. A salad is not a soup. In a soup, you cut it all up and you don't know what's in this soup. But in a salad, everything maintains its identity. The Chinese, the Italian, the Irish, the European Jew, everyone retains their identity. Which means that if you want to take care of the American people, there is no homogenous American people, Vlad. There is only subgroups of America. So Obama took care of the homosexual minority subgroup. He took care of the female minority subgroup. He took care of the immigrant minority subgroup, but the group that built the United States of America, that made it what it is, African people received no direct attention from the president of the United States. How can you say he's the president of all people when he's act specifically for gays? Everybody in America not gay, but Obama gave homosexuals 3 laws, a Supreme Court justice, more than 250 federally appointed jobs. He gave the Latinos a Supreme Court justice, unprecedented laws, white women, the Equal Pay Act. He put another female in the Supreme Court. So he's done things for female minorities, gay minorities, Latino minorities. He's done nothing for African Americans. I cannot look to him as a role model. If Frederick Douglass were alive, if Marcus Garvey were alive, if Dr. King were here and now, he would be criticizing Obama as much as I. His choice of words may be different, but he would have to, because even Dr. King spoke of how the power structure loves to use black faces to hide the racist agenda of the system. In fact, before Obama got elected, I'm the only black scholar I know of prominence, who actually said this was not going to be a good thing for black folks. And people said, how can you say that? I said, it's real simple. Look at the condition of black people with black politicians in office. Do you realize since the rise of the black politician, post-civil rights, post-Dr. King assassination, the condition of the black community gets worse the more we elect black people. We get a black governor, we do worse. A black mayor, we do worse. Black state reps, U.S. reps, councilmen, aldermen. Why do we do worse? You know why? Because 99% of all black elected officials, Obama on down, are financed by the Democratic Party, white corporations, and by some of the same entities that we as a people have to challenge. How can he carry out a black agenda when he's financed with white money? The only way black America is going to get elected officials that do the work of black people is to dig in our pockets and finance them ourselves. We vote. Voting is important, but you did not finance. The only way you control a politician's behavior is when you control the pot of money he uses to get elected in the first place.
Well, for example, I interviewed Praz from the Fugees. You donated $1.2 million to Barack Obama's campaign?
Yo, where you getting these information from?
Is that not true?
I'm starting to think you CIA, man.
Hey man, this
Yeah,
is what I do.
it's true.
You know
It's
what I'm
out
saying?
there
Like,
now. It's out in the universe. Yeah, I did. To a super PAC.
through a super PAC. So your corporation donated $1.2 million to the Barack Obama super PAC.
No. To a super PAC that backs Obama. He didn't have a super PAC.
You don't need to be giving any white entity that type of money. Okay? First of all, you shouldn't be spending that type of money on elected politics. If I would have spoke to the brother, and we met before because when I was back with the Black Student Union back in my Millersville University days, we brought the Fugees up there. So I met Praz, shout out to him. Okay? But that money should be going towards an institution. Or if you want to put it all towards politics, it should be going towards a black political union, not a black party. A lot of folks think we need a black political party. A black political party still will not win against the Democrats or the Republicans because we are a numerical majority in the country. What we need is black power. Put that money in a black PAC, political action committee, and then that way we can hold either candidate responsible. The problem with black America is we have a love affair with the Democratic Party that has long since expired any benefit it may have accorded to us. We vote Democrat every election, irregardless of whether or not the Democrats say they're going to do anything for African Americans. Let's take Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton hasn't stated one objective, measurable outcome we can look forward to when she ascends to the White House. Not one. But every black celebrity is running behind her. Even the parents of our slain children, murdered by the police, running behind Hillary. We think she's going to do something. We think. Stop thinking and meet and demand, if you want me to go public for you, what are we going to get in exchange? And I don't want a philosophical, I'm going to make America better for blacks. I need it to be measurable. Are you going to do something about prison? Are you going to do something about the schools? Are you going to do something about police brutality? We have to stop endorsing white political candidates before we get any concessions. Black America will never get nothing out of the power structure with this type of behavior. We hate the Republicans, no conversation. Love the Democrats, we're going to give you all our votes, no conversation. So what happens? Neither party takes you seriously because you pledge your vote before you even find out what the agenda is. Imagine walking into a supermarket and you're looking for some bread and you grab any old bread. You just like the way it looks, so you grab it. You didn't look at the ingredients. You didn't look at the price. You didn't look at how long the bread has been there. I'm just going to buy it because this is the bread that my mom always bought. How you know that's the healthiest bread for your family? You don't know. You don't even care because you're shopping for what it looks like, not for actually what it is. Our political behavior is extremely retarded, and a lot of that comes from the black church, who actually benefits from black people's political retardation, because if black people were politically progressive, we probably wouldn't go to church as much as we do, because the purpose of church is to make oppression divine. The purpose of church is to evangelize white supremacy. The purpose of church is to make you comfortable with nothing, because after you die, God is going to give you everything. The current paradigm of black religion is totally advantageous to white supremacy. There is no church I know of with a bank that's trying to build. There's no church I know of that's putting black people to work. Every church I know of is colorblind. They don't deal with black issues. God loves everybody. We can't see colors, which means you can't solve the problems of black people. So we have to look at how the black community is set up. It's not by accident. So if I'm running for office, guess the first place I'm going to go? The first place I'm going to visit if I'm running for office is the black church. Because I know if I get that preacher, he's going to use the Bible and evangelize my campaign and make all these black folks vote for a white person or a black person who don't plan to do anything for them.
What do you think about the whole situation?
Man, my point of view, man, I really feel like they tried to paint a bad picture on my brother and tried to make him look like he was a hater. It was some envy, jealousy type shit, you know what I'm saying? And actuality, you know what I'm saying? Bro been having this shit, man. He been in the condo.
I got my hat on and I had my Coke bottles up under my hat. And I'm sitting at the dinner table like an asshole with the hat on, knowing she gonna tell me to take it off. And I'm just sitting there just gawping down, you know, in my zone. She said, take that goddamn hat off at the dinner table. I'm like, come on, Mom. Coke everywhere.